This is Mrs. Laval's 5th period, and you're watching
Rider News!
Good morning, Rough Riders. Thank you to Miss Laval's 5th period class for starting this episode of Rider News. We're here to show you a couple of important events and a few interesting people around our campus. I'm Danny, and this is our episode focused on armed forces. With that, let's get started with this episode of Rider News. This week, we're focused on a federal holiday that you've definitely heard of, Veterans Day, originally known as Armistice Day. It honors U.S. veterans annually. Miss Williamson and Miss Sanders, among others, are all present in this segment to honor and offer respect to our veterans.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Williamson, and Hunter's here to interview me about my experience as a veteran.
Yeah, what branch were you in and how long did you serve in it?
I was in the Army, and I was in for 1 tour, but I got out early. So I was in for 4 years, but I got out in 3.5.
Thank you. What is your favorite memory or benefit from serving?
There are a lot of benefits from being in the military. You can get money for college, you get training while you are being paid to serve. You learn a lot through your experiences in the military, and best of all, I think you make the closest friends of your life. One of my favorite memories, of course, was after my husband invaded Grenada and he came back to meet his new daughter.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you for
That's
your service.
it?
Yep.
All right.
Hello, Rider News. My name is Alec, and today I'm here with
Mrs. Sanders.
And Mrs. Sanders, how are the preparations going for the assembly?
They're going great. My classes, my senior classes are going to speak and organize, and so they're going together really well.
That's good to hear. And why do you feel that Veterans Day is so important?
Well, it's important to take a moment to recognize people who've served in the military, to say thank you, to honor them. And so we, as a community at Port Angeles High School, are going to take part of Thursday to recognize veterans in our community. And that's really brings some purpose to why we have Friday off.
Thank you. And are you excited for this assembly?
Yeah, I am. My dad's a veteran, so I'm excited for him to come see, what it's like here at Port Angeles High School. It's our first assembly for Veterans Day that we've had since COVID, and so I'm excited.
Thank you. And thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
I hope you have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you to everyone who has participated in this segment, and thank you to all of our country's veterans for their service. Moving on, our next segment is also related to our Armed Forces. Junior ROTC is a federal program for high schools sponsored by the U.S. Armed Forces. And if there's anyone on our campus who could tell you about it, what it means to be a soldier, it's Chief Smith. Listen and watch as ROTC student Kaylin Prater gets the scoop.
Hello, I am here with the NJ ROTC teacher. So first question, who are you and what do you do?
You're asking the questions now, okay. My name is Senior Chief Smith. I'm retired Navy. I did 21 years in the SEAL teams, and now I am the Senior Naval Science Instructor for Port Angeles Rough Rider Company.
All right, what do you like about ROTC?
Well, I'm sitting across from what I like about ROTC right now. It's the cadets, primarily. I love watching these cadets get outside of their comfort zone and grow as leaders. My favorite part of ROTC just recently happened, which was basic leadership training. It's where we do 3 days of leadership training and team building and just get together as a group of fine young Americans and have a great time.
So what does ROTC do?
ROTC does a lot of things. We have normal classes, so we have normal classes such as world geography. We cover a lot of naval history. We also do a lot of extracurricular activities such as PT team. We also have a air rifle team, and color guard. We do color guard competitions. We travel. We have, I want to say, between 5 and 6 dates where we travel across the sound and across the state and do competitions.
Why do you think people should take part in ROTC? ROTC is a great way to step outside yourself and do something that you normally wouldn't do in a high school environment. It's very disciplined. There's a lot of military etiquette that goes along with it. You join ROTC, again, it's an elective, so you really got to want to be there, and you learn, citizenship, respect. A lot of military courtesies are involved. We do a lot of outreach as well. One of the primary things that ROTC does is volunteerism. So we have right now, we're doing Thanksgiving baskets. That's just one of the things we've done. We also, this week is a very big week for ROTC. We are doing, we have at least 5 color guards that we're doing across the district. We have Miss Stevens at Jefferson. Right here at Port Angeles High School, we're doing color guard. What else do we have going on volunteer-wise? Oh, there's a bunch of things. That's all I can think of at the moment. But yes, volunteerism is a big thing, and I really appreciate being a part of the volunteerism that ROTC has to offer. All right, and last question. Do you have any stories for when you were a Navy SEAL?
It says, do you have any cool or funny stories about my time as a Navy SEAL? I don't know if it's cool or funny, but you said don't look into the light, and you said, what did you say to me?
Said, I'm sure he's been flashbanged before.
Yes, and I told that story at the beginning there, and there was a time wherever I was a breacher. That's where when you want to get into a bad guy's establishment, sometimes you use some sort of an explosive or maybe a chainsaw, and I was using a chainsaw at the moment. And I cut this door down, cut it right in half, and I kicked the door open. Well, a piece of the door, it fell on a couch. So the couch stopped the door, and it was at an angle. And my buddy right behind me, the procedure was to throw a flashbang, which is basically a large flash bulb and an extremely loud noise to distract and disorient when you make entry and you can take care of the bad guys. Well, when I kicked the door down after I opened it and it hit that couch, he tossed it in right after I had done that. Well, it takes about 3 or 4 seconds before it fires off, and it's very loud and very distracting. And it rolled down the edge of the door, and it hit me right in the heel. And I didn't know what hit me in the heel, so like a dummy, I bent down and I looked at it, and it's right when the flashbang grenade went off. And good thing I was wearing safety glasses, but it blinded me and really disoriented me pretty bad, and it felt like I had a giant spanking. And I was, for the next couple of weeks, I was picking little pieces of the foil wrapping that was on the flashbang grenade out of my backside and the back of my legs and my heels. So I don't know if that was cool or funny. I mean, if you would have seen it, I'm sure it would have been funny, but it wasn't funny to me.
I think that was funny.
Thank you.
Now that we've talked about Veterans Day and Junior ROTC, we've got one more segment for you this week. There's a science teacher on campus who is beloved for his passion, his craft, his creativity, and his intelligence. Want to guess who it is? Don't know? Don't worry. It's Mr. Shiles. Let's hear from him in our new teacher feature.
Hello, Rider News. I'm Alec, and I'm here with
Mr. Daniel Shiles.
And Mr. Shiles, where are you from?
I'm originally from outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, about an hour west of Philly, Downingtown, PA. So I went from one PA to another PA.
That's awesome. And what do you like about science?
So science is a wonderful way to know the world, and why I love teaching it is I think that all of us have, with the limited time that we have on this planet, we have a responsibility to repair the world as best as we are able to. And the more that you understand about how the world works, and really just all of human knowledge, the better equipped you are to actually put that into effect. So I love exploring that with you guys and trying to make that reality. Also, learning science, I think, is kind of like you lived your whole life seeing in black and white, and then all of a sudden you can see in color.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Shiles.
Question is, why did it do that?
Wait, do you need me?
And yeah, we'll need you to demonstrate as well. Jesse, come on in. So you have to be a professional magician now.
Do I hit it from this side?
No. Grab from the inside as fast as you can that way.
Okay, so slip my hand in and then like slap that again.
We thank Mr. Shiles, Ms. Williamson, Chief Smith, and Ms. Sanders for participating in this week's episode of Rider News. We're steadily building a worldwide audience online with the power of social media. Check out our Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and feel free to give us some feedback. That's the end of this episode of Rider News. We thank every last one of you for taking your time to watch. Until next week, be well, be kind, study hard, and ride on, Rough Riders.